Alright, hello everyone and welcome to Awakening the Magic Circuit, a multi-blood type Lumina tournament by the Awakening the Chaos community, and in this case me. And did I already hear my co-commentator?
Hey, yep, I'm here, Zephyrian. You probably know me already, so I'm going to be commentating this tournament with Zephyrus. Right now, we have, I think, has Zarfox checked in or not in the end?
Let's switch to the bracket screen, then... Okay, no, Zarpox still hasn't checked in, so unfortunately he's going to get kicked from the bracket.
No, someone wake him up! Someone help Zarfox!
Too late.
But yeah, if he doesn't join, we'll have 11 players in this bracket.
Tournament has
But I hope
started.
he joins. It'd be really nice. Mics are quiet.
I can increase the volume. Give me a second.
Yeah, you can increase my volume since it's your stream.
Okay,
Alrighty.
let me know, stream and Zephyrian, if my...
Yeah! I'm going to talk louder if I need to, so it's fine.
Okay, there we go. I'm going to open the room now. Oops, no, not this one. There. Let me check. Kanoi, is it any better now, the volume?
Cannoli, tell us, are we louder now?
I'm gonna text him
he's
in
gone.
Twitch chat.
Oh well. Oh well. He'll tell us when the tournament starts. It's fine.
Okay, I can adjust the game sound, that's no problem. Just... Okay, this should be fine. Okay, now let's open the room. Okay, important is that... Give me a second, there, keyword. Going to post the keyword on the Discord as well. Okay, room is up.
Alrighty. Yep, found you. Let's go.
Okay, let's see. What match do we want to stream first?
I mean, we have plenty of good matches already.
I think...
I'd like to... Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, participants... Tournament start... Okay, I think Danee or Danee versus Pride or FX... No, not FX. I think Danee versus Pride is probably the most even matchup that we could have for round 1. And then in round 2...
Because I have never seen Pride play, and I'd actually would really like to see how it goes against Danee. So that's pretty hype. Drizzy Punker should be good. Yeah, obviously Drizzy Punker is gonna be good. Like, yeah.
can probably hear my keyboard while I'm typing very fast right now. So, okay, there we go.
It's fine. No problem.
Announcements are done. Let me... There we go. Oh, you made it to EX1. Probably
A while ago.
a while ago, yeah. I'm still D rank, sad, but I mean, I have been.
I mean, I've played the game since release, and I have like probably close to 10,000 matches or something. So if I didn't make it X ranks, I would be a bit sad, you know. But oh well.
I played 90
I should
matches.
check someday. Oh yeah, makes sense. I should check. I don't know if it's 10,000. I just know I played a lot of games, and I know it's probably several thousands. I need to check someday. But I'm also scared because it's like, oh, you spent that much time on the game, by the way.
It says you played a total of 12,000 battles.
Holy
and
shit!
You had a largest win streak of 55 games in a row.
That's way too many games, but it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, we have Danee already in the room, only missing Pride now. Gonna prepare the scoreboard. There we go. Okay, where is he? Okay, match start.
Oh, so Pride plays Shiki. So we have another Shiki warrior to look forward to. So I don't know how Pride plays, but I know Danee plays very aggressive, and he plays the character to play that way, Coma. So we'll see. But it's already starting like a slobber knocker, and I love this. Oh, Pride got combos. That's nice. Oh.
Combo dropped, but it's fine. Didn't get punished for it.
Chain starts. Nice DP though. Oh no, he doesn't know! The second hit of this is an overhead. We all got hit by that at some point.
Okay.
And
Danee does have the
it.
corner combos. Okay. Gets out of the corner.
Oh, optimals. Let's go.
Funny mid-screen loops, and that's a lot of damage. And he has the install.
Yep, the Nanaya install. We'll see if we see a few teleports. But sadly, since he didn't win with his arc drive, he already lost it. Which is a bit ripped, but oh well.
Oh really? It only lasts a round?
It only lasts for the current round, unless you win with the super. And if you win with the super, you keep it for the next round.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but I don't know. Maybe Shiki would be OP if he kept it for the whole match, but...
Yeah, I mean, as long as you kill them with it, it's fine.
Oh, that was a good anti-air.
Oh, JC charged. The bane of our existence. Nice backdash. Oh no! Danee doesn't want to block, and he's going to lose the round. Yeah, now he kills with it, so he'll keep an Nanaya install for the next round.
Alright. So technically, Pride has the advantage. Or maybe he doesn't, because Danee is sitting on 5 bars of meter.
50-50, Danee doesn't have any moon but has full bars, and Pride has almost full moon but only 1 bar. So it's pretty 50-50. Although I'd say moon is a little more important, so Pride probably has a little advantage there.
Kanoe writes in chat, oh, Pride is Finger. Who is Finger?
Wait. Oh, okay. So it's just a pseudo change. I see.
Who? What?
Oh, nice hit.
Anyway. Oh, that was almost.
Whoa! Yep.
And I
Was
guess the
T2C.
arc drive doesn't trigger on air shield.
Yeah, no, it didn't. It wasn't. It didn't trigger into the situation. Yeah. Oopsie. 2-2B. It's a low, by the way.
Ah, okay. That Discord name. Okay, okay, I got it.
Nah,
Okay, we have a close match
time.
here. Shield doesn't get
Oh,
punished.
2B.
It's out the corner, but gets
Oh,
hit on the
God.
way out. And that's the first round. Or not round, the first match goes to Danee.
Yeah, and can I say again, I very much hate Clopss to be with every fiber of my being. Seeing this button irks me to no end. Well, I mean, for context, like most of the entires in this game don't have any invulnerability except Clopss 2B, which is edge invulnerable. It's basically a Blaze Blue entire, and he's the only one who has this privilege, basically, which is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that's. I just checked the wiki. It has air invul from frame 5 to 10. So
Blaze Blue entire. He doesn't deserve it, but it's fine.
and it only has 7 frames startup. That's pretty good too.
Yep, and it is behind him, and he has almost no recovery. So if you whiffs it, he can do it again. It's a pretty nice button. But
Okay, but as we
Pride's
praise
button also
Kuma here,
pretty
he
nice.
gets absolutely destroyed by a convincing round to Pride.
Yep, who cares about good 2Bs when you have Shiki?
Okay, more funny
left
mid-screen
right?
loops.
Yep.
Just
but
grabs
no.
his way out of it, okay.
Imagine having Okis versus Kuma, who has like 100 reversals at his disposal.
And what is the best thing to do on Oki against Koma?
Guess, because basically he has a common grab reversal, a normal reversal, a normal move. He has too many options basically, so you basically have to guess what option you'll use on most of your Okis. Because none of what you can do can cover everything basically. Oh, that shield is going to pay.
Oh, Shiki with 4 bars, but we're in the final round.
Oh! That shield is going to hurt a lot. And the side swap too. LP. Install or not? No install for Danee. But he's going to pressure him a lot. Kuma in the corner is hell, basically. And
Yeah,
Pride is
I've
tasting
seen
the
that.
right now.
I've seen that during last week's 1-7 match with Tumbleweed against Starprox 2.
Corner is pretty much a death sentence against Kuma. I mean, I guess a lot of characters, but Kuma especially. And so it was a convincing win from Danee, but I guess, I mean, now I know about Cheeky player, it was pretty close, and I think he has what it takes to beat Danee, so we'll see. I mean, he's in losers anyway, he's not out yet, so I hope we can see more of him later.
Okay, next match. Round 2. I think... I mean, we already mentioned it at the very start. First we'll do 2 of the round 2 matches of winners round 2.
Alrighty. And it's only big names from now on, so it's going to be pretty hype nonetheless, because Berschko had been like away from Melty for a while, but he's back and his arc is a nightmare to deal with. He's very, very impressive with her. So I look forward to seeing him play again.
Okay, Drizzy versus Pranker and Berschko. We already had Berschko at the 1-7 stream last week, so, but Tintan
so
too.
it's fine. And Berschko is streaming now, according to Drizzy. So yeah, we can keep him for later. It's fine.
Okay, so we do I mean, first Drizzy versus Pranker, and then
Yeah,
Tintan versus FX.
Tintan versus FX.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds right. Wait, ours is labbing Nekohawk? Are you for real? Like, labbing for real? I want to see it now. I mean, he's probably not going to pick Nekohawk in a tournament, but I want to see it still. And there we go. We have Drizzy coming, my fellow Red Arquid player.
Drizzy, Pranker. There we go.
Yeah.
Only missing one player. Who is it? Pranker, okay. But they did post the announcement correctly. Yeah.
Yep. We often joke about the fact that Drizzy plays Red Arquid as the character would play, as in edgy and wild.
You mean his
meanwhile,
playstyle matches the character's personality? Or...
Yep, he says it himself, and it's pretty fun, and I completely agree with him. And I'm kind of a reverse. I play this character like the most boring way possible. So it's always kind of fun seeing how different.
Which kind of playstyle would you say matches the character's kit best? I mean, is it more quote-unquote optimal to play her aggressive, or...?
She can do basically everything. Like, she's a giant toolbox, so you choose how you play with her, basically. And I'm a lame player, so I'm playing her lame. And Drizzy is more aggressive and wild, so he plays her that way, and it works too.
So, so either playstyle works.
Yeah, because she has a lot of good zoning tools, but she also has the fastest dash in the game, and she's pretty mobile. So you can just go wild if you really want to.
Oh,
she has also like pretty good buttons, so you can just like play the button war if you want. But we'll see, because Pranker and Coma are pretty damn good at being aggressive, so we'll see if Drizzy can play playstyle against him.
We already see some moon skills clashing and so forth, so...
We're going to see this a lot.
Okay, Pranker came out on top very
red and black.
decisively there, but just walking up against the... okay.
Yes, and come and grab round start, holy shit!
They also have matching colors, by the way.
Yeah,
both
I love
red
it.
and black.
They're so classy. Bruh, take for what? Come and grab Pranker.
Oh,
and no,
it works.
The last hawk. Let's go, the Drizzy special. Boom. But now he only has 3 meter, because when you use 4 meters super, you lose 1 meter and you can do it again for the rest of the match. So now he's only 3 meter max.
The amount of damage he got out of that was probably worth it, though. Unless he now loses, in which case he, doesn't get a second chance.
Bruh, DP! Pranker doesn't give a shit. He plays Coma. Of course he doesn't.
I like the Twitch comment there from Kanoi. Drizzy plays like an escaped asylum patient, but he talks like a scholar.
Come on, Kanoi, it's not that bad. Bruh. Nobody wants to block. Nobody wants to hold one. Blocking is for weaklings. Oh, Drizzy gets a bit of pressure. Oh, but the armor.
And they both ran out of resources.
Oh, nice
there,
finish,
so...
but no combo. Oh, sorry, you were saying?
No, I was just saying the round slowed down a little there because they both ran out of resources. And as soon as they get it back, they immediately spend it.
Yeah, they're going to spend it immediately. I mean, it's better than hitting on them and not doing anything with them, for sure.
And Drizzy really likes those teleports, I see.
Yeah, it is signature. He loves teleporting with Red Arc. It can be strong, but it's also very risky to do. But since he's a pretty risky player, overall it fits him.
Okay, Drizzy's sitting, or was sitting on 3 bars. Got out of the corner, but
yeah.
still hit.
But maybe he wants to slow down a little, because Prunker seems to have his number right now.
Just one drive, teleport forward, or
Come
dash
on,
forward.
Prunker! DP to DP to DP! What the hell is this? I mean, I guess he wins the game, but still, come on! Why? Don't do him like this.
Yeah, it was a quick 2-0. Oh, and a perfect.
Yeah, and it was
okay.
messy as hell, as one would expect. But now we will see Tintan versus FX, and there are more restrained player overall, so the matches probably won't look the same at all. So sad to see my fellow Red Arc player going to losers, but it's fine. It's not over yet. Kind of armor versus armor, yeah. I mean, both characters are probably the ones who have the most armor in the game, so it makes sense.
Okay, now we're waiting for Tintan and FX.
Yep. Tintan, probably we play Dan, so they're also Noel, and FX is probably going to be an Aoko, if I had to guess.
We just had a bot in chat that I shot real quick. I was distracted,
Nice!
sorry.
Good work, shot them in the eye.
Okay, FX is already here, and I only need to
only
ping
Tintan.
Tintan.
So you're familiar with both of the characters, Effie?
I don't know who FX plays in Multi-Blood. Tintan, I think, plays Akia or DA Noel.
Yep, and FX is going to be on Aoko, basically. I don't think he's going to play anybody else.
Okay, so what I know about DA Noel is that her Oki is very strong with the spear setup. And Akia kind of can do something similar, or with her EX wheel with the, I think,
Akia is more like a pressure monster. Yeah, because a Bryant wheel, like her special. Basically, she can be so plus with her special, but she gets 3 pressure resets. So basically, when she thinks her pressure is going to end, she just does that and keep going until the defense eventually opens up and she wins.
And Aoko kind of does the same, right? With her orbs. She also puts it on your head, on Oki.
She's more... Yeah, on neutrals, she's more of a trap character, but once she gets going on Oki, yeah, she plays an orb on you and basically she gets to do whatever she wants. But the orb is so much more devious because it beats many things. It even prevents shield follow-ups and things like that. Hence why she's considered one of the best characters in the game, because her orb pretty much breaks some of the mechanics, which is kinda fun. But she's also very hard to play, to compensate.
Yeah, I've heard that, or from many people, that Aoko is one of the hardest.
Probably the hardest character to play. She has a lot of things, and her combos are pretty hard. And she has also a lot of mobility, but it means it's also much harder to play her. Because if you don't move well around the screen with her, you're not going to go anywhere, basically.
Okay, I can already see that FX did his homework.
Yep. And laser into orbs again.
Ah, but
nice
DP's out, okay. The spears are not where Tintan wants to have them right now. Yeah.
Yep. Sad drop.
I can just jump over the laser.
It starts! Ah no, he missed. That person pretty much has one combo, but that combo is actually pretty hard because it requires 2 Tiger knees. So if you're not good with them, don't play this character. Let's go. Nice. But even if you get the left right, there is still pressure afterwards. And boom.
Yeah, I tried Danee a little bit too, like in training mode, but I never managed to get the spears set up properly. I'm not quite sure what the right ender for that is. Okay, he...
It takes some time, it's 2D. And basically in this game, if you set a projectile on one side and then going on the other side, if you then go back to the same side, you break the cross-up protection in this game, which is why she has access to like true left-right, where you really don't know on which side she'll hand up, which is why your LT is very strong. So the way you counter the left-right is to shield, but the problem is that if you shield, you can do other things to break your shield. So it becomes a big mind game, basically. And the arc drive to end up. I love this arc drive. It's so savage.
Yeah, I think they generally did a good job with Danee's animations.
They sell the character really well. She's crazy. And she wants to kill you, and you get it. Oh, nice 6DC. Oh, you need that confirm is pretty hard though, so I understand. Oh, nice to be entire. Oh, but the drops. This OP is also dubious. Yeah, that's also a left right. Nice.
It's a convincing round for FX this time. It looks like we might get
really well.
a 1-1 match point.
Yeah, they are pretty equal in skill, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go 1-1 and down to the wire. Oh, but no, corner time.
Oh, he almost got reset out of the air there, but no combo, and then Tintin got out of the corner.
And then he thought. He did the right choice there. Good hit. Tintin is playing very patient, as you should against Aoko. He's looking for an opening.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she can combo you from full screen if she gets hit, so... But she needs to spend meter right now, FX.
He's not over yet. He doesn't know. His super is weird.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Yeah, if you don't punish her arc drive in time, then the spheres keep falling down 4 times. So if you don't manage to punish her, well, but she can do weird setups and weird gimmicks with it.
Yeah, it's a little different to how supers usually work or set up stuff like that. If the first hit whiffs, then usually it doesn't continue. But...
yeah, she's the special case. Oh, he missed the Oki. Sadly, doesn't get anything.
Okay, that was a good burst, I would say. Gets to heal back up and gets a combo, so... That's the arc drive, I think.
Yep.
Lots of damage.
Orb set up, let's go. Oh, he missed!
The orb went
he
off screen.
The orb! Sadness.
Probably used the wrong orb special.
No, he did right, but that's what makes Aoko hard, is that when you set this kind of orb, you have to hold the button.
Ah, you mean he let go.
When you release the button that the orb pops. And she has a lot of weird stuff because she can basically switch the button she holds. As long as she's holding any button, the orb stays on. So she can, for example, hold the A button and then switch to the B button and hold the B button, and she can do a lot of setups with this.
Yeah, the negative edge thing I've heard.
Yeah.
Okay, as predicted, we have a 1-1.
Yep. And that last combo was very, very weird, but I guess whatever works.
Yeah, he somehow got on Danee's other side, but still managed to get the final hit.
Yeah,
because the
I've never
orb is
managed
so
to
big.
get that super tweak like that.
They just shoot each other. Okay.
Trading
A
time.
little bit of a shield war. Nobody comes out on top. Except
Nice
for
pick
now,
up.
because we're getting another Arco orb setup. No, we don't. Okay.
Now we do. Nice escape.
Yeah, just jump over them. Okay, no Danee OP doesn't hit because he can moondive, but still gets caught at the end.
Yeah, but it's a pretty expensive way to get out because now he has no moon.
Okay, another good burst, I'd say.
Oh, nice mobility.
Didn't have a lot of
But
meter,
no meter,
though,
so he's
didn't
going
heal
to
him
have to go
fully.
for air throw.
Sorry, we talked over each other.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay, FX takes the first round.
So nobody has moon, so we'll see if they try to charge at some point. No, they just go at each other. It's fine too. I tried to...
He got the orb at the right time, but no combo.
Yeah, it can be pretty hard to combo it up because it launches the opponent. So good damage, but she doesn't get any good ulti from this.
Does Arco do chip
nice
damage
entire
like Reload?
no
I don't
control.
think so. Oh,
It's okay, she's plus.
oh, a little bit of a shield battle, but not much from it.
I think Dan is getting on top of the shield battle, sadly. So FX is going, if he wants to win the last round, I hope he gets the right interaction going for him.
Both start with very little resources in the final round. Okay, has to burst very
Immediate
early
hit.
there. Or what
Yeah.
was burst again called in multiplayer type Lumina?
Heat!
Heat.
Yeah. Yeah, usually you don't hit early because hit is also a way to regain health. But when you hit early, it also means that your opponent expects it less. Because obviously, since you don't have any health to regain, they're not going to be like, yeah, he's going to hit.
It sounds like this could also be a funny mechanic to design a new character around, but like a character who specifically always wants to beat on one bar or something, whatever. Anyway.
What would be fun actually is a health draining character, you know, like Carmine in Uni or Berserker in what's the name of his game again? Oh my god!
That's Vilo.
I know the name. What's happening to my brain? That one game that has Hitman and all the other characters. Somebody help! DNF Duel, thank you!
Okay, I never played that one, but... give me a second, I have to do callouts for the next round. Okay, oh.
I'm sorry, Canoli, I don't have my references.
Okay.
I mean, I guess...
Tiramisu is unfortunately out already, we won't see him on stream
Rip.
today. Kusanagi Boy as
Rip.
well. We're next going to stream Winners Round 3, and I think we'll also have enough time to do Losers Round 2.
So I guess we can do both rounds for each. What? You taco? Oh no! Come on, all you guys with your different handles. I can't understand anything. So you taco. God. I thought you were like a good cannoli, but you're a saber main. I'm kind of disappointed, not gonna lie. Cannoli clueless, yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, right. You dropped the game. Was it? You don't you don't play saber anymore? Is that it?
Okay, callout's done. We're entering top 8.
Yep. Clopss versus Pranker. Clopss is a saber main, at least a true one, and he's very very good. He often makes it to finals basically. And his saber is a treat to watch. Like he plays very clean, basically. So if you want to see how you play the character, you basically watch Clopss. He's
Yeah,
very no nonsense with his character.
I had actually invited Clopss to the First to 7 stream last week, but he declined.
So you, oh sadness. Oh yeah, well maybe next time.
I mean,
Hopefully
we get to
next
see him
time.
now, so
Yep, you'll see what I mean basically.
yeah.
And it's going to be very fun because Pranker is the complete opposite. He plays Coma and he plays the very wild and unconventional. So we'll see who wins. Oh, okay, you're on Roa now, so you basically are a tier war. Okay, I get it. Let's go from a good character to a better character. I see. Nah, I'm joking. Roa is pretty cool. Oh, so we got a raid apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Hello everyone.
RA9 FGC. What is that again? I'm pretty sure that sounds familiar. But
It's
thanks for
probably
the
a
raid.
tournament channel, if I would guess. Hopefully. Oh no, we're being exposed. Help.
We're being exposed? What do you mean?
Yeah, because we don't know what we're doing. Or what we were doing. Oh, Melty Blood actress again. Makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
Sorry.
Did you just finish a tournament as well? Or start? No, obviously not start. What kind of stream did you do for Multiblood Actress again, current code?
Most likely, I know they have a tournament on Saturday, if I remember correctly, so it's probably that one.
Starts very early then. That's also something I wanted to mention
Yeah,
later.
I mean, we have tournaments that used to start at 6 p.m. So yeah, like 8 p.m. is the Womble time, which is considered like late-ish, basically. But I mean, it anyway works. Like as long as people can attend, which whatever will work.
It seems
So,
like the
apparently
players are having issues finding the room. Maybe I have to
happens.
reopen it.
Usually with a password, it's fine. Maybe check if they have the right password, because like I read it like ATMCI and it was a 1, so maybe like make sure they have the right password. You can also give a room link if you want.
Give me a second, I'm gonna reopen the room, or maybe...
Alrighty.
Let's check. What was the invite thing? I haven't done that before, so... Invite to room. Oh, okay, I don't have them on Steam.
You basically shift plus tab, and then you check your gay. Like you'll have a pop-up menu, and then you just have to check the pages, and then there is one when you can copy link from. And let me check real quick, because I do it so often. I'm like, I don't even remember which thing you need to click on, because I just know. Second.
Okay, I now reopened the room. Creating room.
Alright.
There we go.
On my way.
shift tab. Ah. Shift tab.
Yep.
Go to friends at bottom left.
And then click on, well, what is it again? Yep. You can click on friends.
Oh, okay. Branka
Then
already
on
found the room.
Yep.
I'm
Then
still
on
gonna
Let's
check
Block,
where it
type
is, but
Romina. Like you click on friends, then you click on Let's Block, type Romina, then you have a pop-up and you have join game. You click right on join game and copy link address, and then you copy paste the link address into the chat, and basically when they click the link they instantly join the room. Oh, so okay, so now I'm on my way. If my internet doesn't explode because I'm on emergency Wi-Fi. Okay, it's back on. Yep, sorry for the wait. Let's go, we're ready.
okay. I still haven't figured it out completely, but
It's fine. Like the password is enough, and we can figure it out next time. It's fine. Okay, so time to see like one of the best Koma in Europe versus arguably the best Saber in Europe. I mean, probably not arguably, probably just the best Saber in Europe, period. Even though Taco Time would kill me for saying this. But so far, he's just getting knocked out. It's the Koma train. Everybody's equal when facing Gorilla.
and we have Clopss already in the corner against Koma, so
Yeah,
oh, but he gets almost got to jump out now.
Almost
probably
got
back
out.
in. Yeah.
But now he dies. We are all equal to this. Like basically, you can be as strong as you want. When Koma gets you in the corner, it's basically rock paper scissors. You just pray you guess right.
Okay, Clopss sitting on 4 bars now, so Frank
Nice
has to respect that.
bro.
Oh no, that's not how you want to start this, but
Both of these characters
whatever.
are
The combo
high
drop didn't
damage.
get punished. So,
Yeah.
huh,
So yeah,
isn't that
both of those
plus?
are yeah, it's plus.
But he still mashed out anyway.
And that's a reversal. God bless.
It's kind of funny to see.
Flew the moon drive! Nice! That was a hard read, holy shit.
It's always kind of funny to see all the special effects pop up whenever Koma does this armor. What was it?
I know,
Super or
right? You have
something? Like
override.
invincibility armor, invincibility armor.
X, yeah. He has too many properties on his moves.
Okay. Moondrive, jump out, air button, combo, okay. What do we get? Okay. Air dash, grab. DP's out. We are going back to mid screen, or does he manage to carry him all the way to the corner now?
A nice choice. He went for it instead of getting Oki so that he can recover enough health. And
just
come and grab him.
Okay.
Just grab him.
But now he's out of meter.
Angel!
Clopss probably wants to burst here, yeah. Just so that he can regenerate all that health. And maybe kill here. Yeah, definitely kill here. That's
Yep.
round
Like,
1 goes
as
to
I said,
Clopss.
both of these characters have very, very high damage. Like on average, they both break 4K without any trouble on all of their combos. So basically, they win with two touch and a few hits, basically. But like generally in 3 touches, they kill their opponents, which is why the matches will probably go pretty fast.
Yeah. This is something I noticed pretty quickly that, I mean, not just because it's first to 2, but also because Type Lumina matches are super fast. When we stream Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, then we often have to skip losers round 2 and then only do top 6 on stream, because it takes a bit longer.
It also depends on character. So far, we've seen a lot of mostly aggressive characters. For example, Zarpox, who probably was asleep, plays Steel, which is a much more patient type of character, which kinda does like to play the timer and just play very like defensive and passive. And with that kind of character, it usually takes a lot more time. Like you often get like timers.
Yeah, that's true. In Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, you never have timeouts. Like, I streamed that for like 3 years now, and I don't think we've ever had a timeout win.
Yeah, Blaze Blue is much more explosive and has like way stronger mix-ups.
Yeah.
So the big thing in Melty is that most of the overhead lows are reactable, and like most of the Okis have like mind game enhancers, so there's a lot of back and forth in this game. Like it's pretty rare that you have like at high level you don't have like matches that go one way or the other just because OP is strong. Usually you have enough occasions to go back and forth.
Yeah, in Blaze Blue Cross Strike Battle, it's a team game, so their assists mean you pretty much always have some kind of nasty OP setup.
Yeah, obviously. And when you lose a character in this game, it's pretty violent too, so yeah.
I kind of... Okay, but that's a bit off topic. I kind of wonder if Project L is going to be similar to Cross Tag Battle in the kind of unfair shenanigans that you can do. But
I haven't looked at this game at all, but I guess I've seen the trial and it's pretty hype.
Yeah, but anyway, enough about other
not
games.
as hype as Clopss.
Yeah,
like,
we have a
literally
1-1
wrecking poop ranker.
This might be a perfect even for a Saber.
Save jump? Ah, nah.
Okay, no grab.
Yeah, you see that
Ranker's still stuck in the corner. Ah, no. Okay.
Nah. Inside twitch? I mean, Brankers can still win. Not anymore.
Nope. But
yeah,
he still has a chance.
Both of these characters are notorious for their charge JC being very, very strong for different reasons. Like, Cyber's JC is fucking huge, like it covers behind her and like the hitbox is massive. Kuma is not as big, but is his armor instead of flash frames, which means it's a lot harder to play around it. Like he tends to absorb it and then whack you for free.
Yeah, I think...
Oh god, Clopss got Mario partied.
I think Red Arcwood is also a character with a very strong charge 5B or 5C. I think she's both.
Strong 5B charge. It's the can opener overhead of the game. Like if you don't know how to react to it, you basically die to the character. Oh, bad DP, but it's okay. Oh no.
Also, while experimenting with characters in training mode, I noticed that, I mean, unlike in other games, the button where you have your charge attack is not always the same for every character. I mean, some don't have a charge 5C at all. Or charge 5B.
No, it's completely depending on characters. Yeah.
Oh my. It kind of got roasted in the corner there.
Yeah, Saber's Rekka is very, very strong because she has a lot of options for it, because she has like 3 moves, and she can go either overhead or low or dash, and she also has feints. on top. And on top of that, Eureka have very little hurt box, so she can also use them to bait things. It's basically one of her strongest moves and one of her signature things. And Clopss won with her overhead Eureka, like very convincingly, and is going to go in winners finals.
Yeah, and Saber can always reset her pressure with the 2-2-C, I think.
Yep. See, it's a free reset button. Just, I think it's plus a lot. It's plus too much.
Yeah,
I know that
I just
if
checked
she does
on
5,
Mizumi Wiki. It's +8.
yeah, I know she can 5A full block string from it. Basically, like if she does 5A after it, you can't do anything about it. So yeah, pretty nice. Fair enough, yeah, you're not almost never close enough for 5A. But 5B is 8 frame, right? I think 5B is full block string too, right? If I remember correctly.
5B Saber is 8 frames, 5A 5 frames.
Yeah, I knew it, so yeah. It's still pretty strong, you know. And yeah, you were discussing, I mean, the thing you gotta understand is that JP tier lists are generally different from ours when it comes to, because they have a pretty much different approach, and they pretty much don't like characters that take a lot of risk or that have a high reward and a big weakness in their kit. And I think characters like Saber, Glove, like pretty much fit that description of being very strong in their optimal situation, but very weak otherwise. And usually, like, we consider those characters pretty strong in the West, but usually the East consider this character to be pretty weak because they see it as them having a big weakness when we see them as being strong in their optimal situation, basically. But yeah, it's all in the eye of the onlooker, basically.
Give me a second, I was a little distracted doing callouts.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, true, I also agree that a lot of people like overestimate Saber. She's definitely not a top tier.
Okay, Berschko has trouble finding the room.
Oh, wait.
Okay, now I can try this again. Okay. Alt,
yeah,
not Alt, Shift Tab, Friends. Okay, where do I click now? To
Friends, is click on Multi-Blood type Lumina, like the title of the game, and then you have a pop-up window, and you have the green square join game, and then you right-click on join game and you copy link address. Yeah, I wouldn't say she's top 7. She's like mid. She's fine. She's like probably like around Cheeky, maybe a little bit better than Cheeky, but like it's not anything more than that. But that's still pretty good because Cheeky is a pretty good character still.
Let's see if this is what
you
you
find
mean.
it? Did you find? Okay, you can share a screenshot if you want to check.
Okay, I posted it in Discord. If this is not the correct link, then please correct me.
Okay, let me check. Is it in Economy General? Yep. Yep, that's that. That's a good link. You did it.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. Usually it used to like be a normal link, but the Steam has been, Discord has been messing up. We don't know why, but like in the past few months, you can't use them as normal links.
Okay, Berschko says it still doesn't work. Okay, then let's
does.
just redo the room for us.
Yeah,
Real quick.
reopen the room. So, sometimes the rooms also just bug out.
I mean, it doesn't take long to recreate a room in Multiplot, luckily, so this is probably faster.
Yeah, but it's still good that people have like both the link and the keyword so that they can try both way of joining before we decide to like explode the room, basically.
Okay, Berschko is already in.
Room is back.
Yep.
Let me join.
Okay, there you are as well. Now we're only missing FX. And there he is as well. Okay.
Let's go. So we get the other gorilla of the game, because I said Koma is a gorilla, but Ark is another type. She's way more honest though. She's basically your basic rushdown character. Like she has good movement, great buttons, good mix-ups, and like insane damage.
It's a little bit interesting in Multiplot that your what's it called? Most iconic? Yeah, probably most iconic character is not a usual Shoto, but a rushdown character.
Yeah, I mean, funnily enough, we don't have that many Shotos in Multi. Like classic Shotos. She's kind of close to it. Just she doesn't have a fireball, but Reka goes so far it's basically kind of a fireball. So she's kind of a Shoto.
I mean,
Yeah, you probably see Berschko flex her Reka at some point because that move is really strong.
is Aoko more of a Shoto than Arcuate? I don't know.
Not really. She's a setup character.
Yeah.
And like you see, Arcuate damage, like that's
Yeah.
her from a
4.3k.
From a 2A, by the way, and now he's dead. And she also has a combo from her throw in the corner, so like she can pile on damage really quick.
Oh no, not a good burst. But didn't get really punished for
Yeah,
it.
it was too far from the corner to get that confirmed, sadly.
Berschko sitting on those 8 bars though, it's really dangerous. Yeah.
Now overhead. Oh, the drop.
Ah, well, 8 bars aren't that scary if you drop all your combos.
Yeah, but once Berschko managed to hit a single combo, Epic is in serious trouble.
He probably is going to burst soon, because he has to regenerate a lot of health.
Yeah.
Although FX should see that coming, so Berschko might not do it.
Usually in this game, when you don't have meter, you don't have access to great keys. So in general, when somebody does a meterless key, you can pretty much choose to hold your read for later. In most cases, there are exceptions, of course.
Oh no.
Yep, that's punishable. Not enough to kill. Last setup. Oh, the whiff! Riperinos!
This match didn't go very well for Berschko.
Yeah, too many unfortunate drops, sadly. But then again, Ark, for being like quote-unquote gorilla character, has a lot of executions and a lot of combo routes to remember. So in terms of combo, she's actually pretty technical.
Yeah, with my kind of playstyles, usually I do always the easiest combos possible, and then just...
Yeah, it's pretty hard for her because she has a lot of situational confirms. So you can't always do a reset combo, sadly.
Okay, EXDP or Moon
I
DP.
think I got kicked out of the of the spectator mode. Yep. Let me put on the stream. I'll be on stream July for now, but we can share stream on Discord later.
Sorry, you are a bit quiet right now. I didn't understand.
Oh, the spectator mode kicked me out, so
Oh,
probably
okay.
needed.
Yeah, I've seen while watching tournaments that this happens sometimes. Luckily, never
this
to me
happens
so far. Okay, what is happening right now? It's still. I mean, nobody won the round. Both are on very low HP. FX has activated Moondrive. Got, I think that was a DP starter or something. But FX won the first round. They were jumping around each other for a bit, but Berschko got the first hit. Air to air. Took FX to the right corner. Spending meter to cash out for a decent OP. Lands an overhead, but no combo. FX bursts out. Berschko burning all his remaining Moondrive. But doesn't get a hit. Instead FX hits him, takes him to the corner. Moondrive. Caught Berschko trying to mash out. But Berschko still hit him. Now we're back to mid-screen. Arcade gets a hit.
I'm delayed on stream, but I saw JB fatal drop and it makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Because JB is one of Ark's best starters.
And that combo kills 5.3k. That's absurd damage mid-screen.
Arc damage.
Okay, now... Oh, that's a very early burst from Berschko there. You'll see it in just a second.
Berschko dropping a lot, bro, which is really uncharacteristic. He's usually very on point with his combos. It's probably because he's a bit rusty.
Oh, shield. That was good. He got out of that situation. Run up, DP, gets in another combo.
Yeah, ouch.
That's a lot of damage again. 4.7. But FX bursts out. And... okay, I'm just not gonna spoil it.
Just saw it the fucking last arc.
Yeah.
Don't do him like this. Don't do him like this.
Burst, then jump, air shield into last arc. Okay, so that does work. Oh no.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate for FX.
I can't believe it ended that way.
FX did have a very cool moment, so he won our hearts, but he did not win the round.
Sadly.
Okay, Berschko immediately lands a hit on round start. FX is stuck in the corner. Are you back in the room now, by the way?
I can join again. I think that's my emergency internet fucking up. So I guess I'll need to go screen share.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. I can also stream to you through Discord if the game doesn't let you join. If that works. Tell me if... Oh no, that's not good.
I'll wait, don't worry.
You'll see a lot of flickering, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm...
Stroboscopic effects! Let's go!
I'm just gonna stream to you through OPS. That's probably easier.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, much better.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, but just in time for the round to end, Berschko takes it.
Just time for Berschko to win.
I didn't think the stream would see that. Interesting.
Yeah, stream literally had a seizure the moment you tried to do it.
I was sure it would only show up on Discord, but apparently the flickering also showed up on stream in OBS. Okay.
It's fine. It was just to add a dramatic effect to the match. It's fine. So now we're going to loser round 2, if I'm correct.
Yeah, just let me open bracket scene. There we go. We already have our winners final for after prepared, but
Clopss versus Berschko, pretty much classic finals, and we'll see a lot of rushdown, but that's not for now. So for now we have Aras versus Tintan or Drizzy versus Danee. I'll let you choose who goes first anyway.
we will start with Aras versus Tintan.
Okay, so most likely... Oh yeah, right. Aras used to play easily, but he also tried Saber, so I don't know who will play. We'll see.
Sorry, who does he play? Saber?
He easily main, but I also saw him play Saber at some point, so I'm not sure he's going to play easily. I would like to see Izu though, but we'll see.
Okay, I'm curious if they can find the room. Keyboard ASMR. Okay. Okay, I pinged them on Discord, now we just have to wait.
I'll try to see if I can join the room again, just to make sure.
Yeah, okay, they can't. Then I'm just gonna reopen the room.
Time to make it blow up again.
I don't know why this happens now. It didn't happen during the FD7.
Yeah, sometimes just like that. Like, we had tournaments that went like without a hitch, and sometimes, like, I don't know if it's the servers or like the settings, but sometimes the room just decides to basically not work properly. We had even like one tournament where like everybody was going mad because nobody could join rooms. It was pretty much hell. Hopefully it only happened once in 2 years. And yeah, I still can't join either, but I think it's a game problem on my side.
Mm-hmm. A communication error has occurred while creating the room. Why does this happen?
Yeah. Yep, I think it's a game is deciding to derp on us.
Okay, I'll try one more time. If this doesn't work, then I'll ask one of the players to create the room instead.
Because I'm trying to create two, but I get the same error message, message. So, yep. It's Joe. Tintan can. Oh, nobody can. Well.
Well, that would suck a lot because then we can stream the matches.
Yeah. Hopefully one of them can open the room, and it's just us two.
Can't get normal player zombies.
I can create now, apparently.
Okay.
I can create now, so worst case scenario.
What's the keyword?
Jill. JYLL.
Okay.
2-player room. It's fine.
Wait, 2-player room? Then.
No, it's okay. It is changing the room settings right now.
Okay. Are you sure that I wrote this correctly? Check the OBS.
Yep. Let's check.
JYLL. Search, no rooms found.
Oh no, what am I saying? It's not J.
G
J.
Yeah, Jill. Okay.
Sorry, it's my French ass. I'm French, and yeah, I'm kind of confusing things. It's my fault.
Okay, there I am. Yes, joining room. Okay. Okay, sorry for the delay, everyone, but.
Oh yeah,
there we go.
let me fucking pass because I'm not playing in these tournaments. Let's go! And see, Araz is playing Saber instead of Isui because he has made a switch recently. And I didn't know if he stuck to it, but apparently he does. So we have a lot of Sabers on Coma, apparently.
Yeah, it's the second Saber, and I think we had 2 Comas total, or 3? I think 2.
Franker and Danee were the top Coma, and Clopss is the first Saber, and Araz is the second one.
Oh, okay, this. Oh.
Ouch! Oh, nice EP though.
Okay, decent shield, but no punish. Probably couldn't from that position.
So, in this matchup, Dead Apostle Noah's projectiles usually aren't that great, but since Saber doesn't have any good zoning or anti-zoning option, we'll see Tintan zone a lot in this matchup. Until he gets a hit, of course, and now it's okay down there.
Or just spends bar on Oki.
Yeah, that super isn't even invulnerable, but he did it anyway.
No respect for the annual.
No, Danee.
Oh, from that far away, still tracked.
Nice snipe. Nice snipe.
Run up shield,
what?
Holding shield forever and still hits into it. Oh no.
I didn't even get finished for it. That happens.
4k. Okay, good blocks though, I think.
What? That throw was gutsy, but it worked. So, oh well. That is a plus super, so it's some pressure. Oh no.
He blocked the air dash, then shielded.
And now he's dead, normally. Ah no,
drops
combo,
out,
so he's not.
It should have been a 1 round for Aras there.
Tintan going for hard combos and missing.
Yeah, DP. Or
Moon Drive
no.
dive, the classic.
Was that DP or was that just jump up EX air special?
Yeah, just jump up the moon version of a dive.
Yeah.
Because it's very, very, very fast. And so if you do a lower throw, you pretty much die.
That's also something I noticed while testing Danee in training mode. Her air dash is kind of unusual. Or at least I felt like she air dashes very fast.
In this game, like a lot of characters have different type of air dash. Her air dash is very similar to Boaz in Saber, which is a straight air dash. Whereas like some other characters have air dashes that are kind of more like a curve, like they arc in a certain way. But that's kind of important actually, because it means you can cross you can cross under some air dashes, but some air dashes you can't cross under. Like for example, if Dan does an instant air dash, you will never be able to cross under. And Tintan wins with a big arc drive.
Yeah, sorry I had to sneeze there and muted myself for a second. Okay,
Yeah, Kohaku, as they said, Kohaku has an insane air dash. It's like Dan, but faster and goes farther. It's pretty good.
what does...
Oh, Clash Wars, let's go! But Aras gets the upper hand.
What does Drizzy mean with that? That the Danee air dash is 0.5 Kohaku air dash.
Because Kohaku's air dash has the same trajectory, but it's faster and go much farther. So basically, Dan's air dash is an inferior version to Kohaku's.
So is Kohaku air dash better or worse than the Danee?
Better. It's basically the same, but way better.
Okay.
Oh! Vadex was gutsy, but it works. So really pressure, but Aras is holding one and not getting tripped. Safe jump. And Aras should be dead normally. Oh no, he missed the super!
Oh, the super got shielded, if I tracked that correctly. The game is so fast I can barely keep up.
Yeah, he shielded the super, but because it wasn't an invisible super, Aras was able to reshield. Because in this game, you can usually shield back, except when you do a DP, a hit, or invulnerable super. Which is pretty important to know, because if you don't know and you do a DP and try to reshield, well, you pretty much die, basically.
Aras did get opened up there for just a moment, but...
Aras should really do the invulnerable super though, because he's starting to get clipped. The dive is plus on block, Tintan! When she does this dive charge, you gotta block it and respect!
Lots of smaller hits in this round, but few big combos.
Yeah, a lot of small hits, but it adds up eventually. What? Nice confirm! Holy shit!
Oh, just
nice
run out.
call out! Run up grab because he called out the shield. That was very, very clever.
Tintin is on match point.
And he's getting the momentum right now. Will he get enough meter? No. He went for a meterless ender. Oh no! What are you doing, Raz? Not like this! Guess for life. Moondrive, but you guess wrong anyway. Goodbye! Because the big problem in this game is that when you do Moondrive on Wake Up, you can see what the opponent is going to do, but since Moondrive makes you negative on block, negative in most situations, like when you wake up and do it, it still means that you have to basically accept that you're in a mind game. Just the mind game is way less hard to deal with than left-right, for example. Or like devious keys where you really know on which side they'll end up.
Yeah, or I suppose if the opponent hasn't pressed the button yet, then he can just grab.
Yeah, it depends. Like there are tons of Moondrive interactions, but basically, just because you Moondrive on O key when you wake up doesn't mean you win the interaction. Basically.
Okay, this time I was
gotta
able
know
to open
when you
the
get the
room.
guaranteed punish or not. Oh, sorry, you were saying?
No, sorry, I just noticed that the room disbanded, so I opened a new one.
Yep, fine. You kept Jill, or did you put the Awakening the Magic Circuit password back?
Oops, Danee versus Drizzy is up next.
Get back to,
Okay, but the players are already here.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. I can't see you in the room yet. There we are, okay. Then we're good to go.
And Drizzy going to losers fight yet another coma.
True. He did lose to Pranker, then
Yep. And now
he had to wait quite a while for his second match actually. But, well.
But we'll see, this might go better, because Danee and Pranker play very differently.
They have the old, what's it called again? I forget the name of the song.
I don't
Nightmare
remember, it's
something.
the Actress Against Sound of the final boss song, but I don't remember the name, sadly.
I think it's...
But I love this song.
Yeah,
I hope they keep... I hope they keep putting like the older Actress Against songs in Type 2.
okay. Nightmare Teller.
There are a lot of bangers.
The name of the
So
song
what's
is
the name?
Nightmare Teller.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I think it was Roa's theme or something.
It was just the final boss theme.
Or that.
Like there is a big Marvel type boss, and it's kind of a boss. Oh, Drizzy trying to do with resets. Oh, nice super. Oh, no, that was a bit too risky.
Teleport, then Moondrive, then teleport forward again.
Drizzy just keeps teleporting, and if you don't stop him, he will keep doing it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's punishable, sadly.
Yeah, I think air dash forward 2C was that? Anyway.
Oh, 2B for the win! 2B is too strong! Oh, nice confirm though.
Okay, Danee's sitting on a lot of meters, spends some immediately to get out of the corner.
That's why he does a reversal command grab. I thought this command grab reaches way too far for what it is.
Drizzy probably
well.
caught Danee during his jump there with the projectiles.
Yep.
He charges
Danee
up
jumped
and he
right
just
into it.
mashes.
The guts of this man. Oh no, Drizzy! Why? Like, when you clash against a moon skill, you can actually moon drive and then shield. And so Drizzy managed to do the moon drive, but didn't manage to shield in time.
Oh, Coma won the air to air. And drops combo. When you can confirm that into a full combo, that's nice.
J4BC is too nice. Drizzy is going so mad with this.
Ooh, that was spicy.
Nice bait.
Yeah.
And like the whole bloody.
Oh, well, it was a good try, I guess, but...
Nah, he tried to do a Drizzy on Drizzy. This doesn't work, Danee. Don't try to do a Drizzy on Drizzy. So 1-0 for the Red Arcade player, but it was a pretty close match, so Danee can win the next match.
Yeah, I mean, Danee just has to get Drizzy into the corner, and that's exactly what we're seeing now.
Well, it's going.
Burst early, but might get put right back into the corner.
Nice interaction right there, double moon drive into the dive.
Oh, okay, but it was Moon DP, so it's safe.
Yep, you can only punish that kind of DP by shielding them.
Oh, why did he spend meter there?
That super is a very infamous super of Chroma's. When he does this super, if you don't manage to stop him, he's completely armored for the whole duration of the super. And so the only thing that can work are shield follow-ups, or supers, or throws, basically. Anything else gets absorbed. It's a pretty good super. We're just going to say that.
But Drizzy cashes out, but didn't. I mean, 4.5 is still good. But... Oh, nice reset. And it's gonna kill.
Yep. He spans the bar to be sure, just to make sure.
Ooh.
Optimal combos, but sad drop.
Yeah, Danee set on 4 bars there too. He could have dealt a lot of damage with that combo.
Oh no, Danee. And all the gimmicks. He's getting gimmick to death for now. Not enough to kill though.
Oh,
yeah, especially the drops.
Drizzy did drop that and gets punished, kind of.
2-2-C? No, it's okay, makes sense.
Ah, that didn't hit,
no!
but Danee didn't know that it was gonna whiff.
Yeah, this is 6-3C for Red Arc is also a pretty famous super because it has almost literally no whip recovery. So if you're not ready for it, you can press a button after, and if you're too slow, you die basically. Like normally you can punish it in theory, but in practice it's very hard. And so Drizzy manages to slay 1 Coma and advances to loser round 3. Meanwhile, sadly, Danee is out, but he did pretty well. I'm happy to see that he was pretty close to Drizzy.
We'll next have Pranker against Tintan, another Coma.
Yep, more Comas, and I think they've played a bunch together, so they are probably very well aware of what the other wants to do. So we'll probably see a lot of mind games.
Okay, let's see if they can find the room. If not, then I'll just try to reopen it again. Yeah,
hopefully they can join. We'd love to have the room hold for at least 2 games in a row. That would be nice, you know.
You could say it's as Zephy comes. Yeah, I mean, it's a funny joke about how our names are similar.
Yeah, I mean we are pretty much the same names, like a few letters aside.
By the way, how do you pronounce yours? Zephyrion?
Zephyrion, yeah.
Zephyrion. Okay, mine is Zephyrus. So
so Z2?
no,
Not
Zephyrus. So
Zephyrus. Okay, so yeah, we're basically the Zephy team.
yeah, I mean, it's even the start is even pronounced similarly. Okay, it doesn't look like they can find the room.
Come on, guys, we need you.
Maybe I just, without even waiting for them to say it, I think I'm just gonna disband and reopen.
Yeah, let's just do that. Boom.
Okay, create room. It's up.
Welcome back.
Huh? You left?
I should be. Yeah, connection last time.
Ah.
What are you doing, game?
Okay, there you're
Hopefully
back.
this time
Tintan
around
is here. Now we're just missing Pranker.
Yep.
Pranker is here.
Pranker and Vlad? No, please. No, not like this. No, I'm joking. I would be actually kind of stoked to see Pranker's Vlad. Okay, so Vlad is pretty much the archetypal zoner of the game. Like, if you play BlazBlue, think new. He's basically new, but better.
I mean, in U13's big weakness is that she doesn't have good close range buttons, but from what I've seen,
Yeah.
Vilov's are pretty good.
Yeah, it's just his buttons are slower, but they're very good in terms of hitbox, basically. Also, his main gimmick is that he has two modes. Like, he starts on fire mode, and whenever he loses a round, he goes to ice mode. And ice mode has faster and bigger projectiles, which makes his zoning a lot better. So basically, it's a blue shell mechanic where when he loses a round, he becomes much stronger.
Yeah, I've already seen some of that. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I also know he has this kind of
trendy.
unblockable setup with his air projectiles into super.
Yep! If you block his air projectile and he has 1 meter or moon drive, you pretty much explode and he regrets everything. Ice mode, let's go! Oh, nice combo. That's plus.
Huh. Yeah, he can shield the ice projectiles, but
Nice
doesn't get
reflex
punished.
from Tintan. He reacted to the clash and he jump shield to beat him. That's pretty clever.
Okay. You waited too long with the Oki, so Pranker
Yeah,
just...
he tried to bait a shield, but Pranker was like, no, I'm not going to shield, I'm just going to press button. No. Rip?
He probably shielded
No.
correctly there, but should have probably done something.
Nah, actually, he was facing the wrong way, so he was pretty much zoned.
Oh,
And now we'll
okay.
see if Pranker goes back to coma or if he sticks to Vlad. Oh, he sticks to Vlad, I see. He probably doesn't like the Dan matchup as coma, I'd guess. Oh no, that doesn't work against her.
This is... It's also a little bit curious about Vilov is that his placement on tier lists changed a lot over time, I think.
It's mostly like a JP versus NA difference, because like US has a lot of very good gloves, so it influences the tier lists, and like the Japanese play very differently, because the thing with Love is that he's terrible on defense, but he's neutral and offense are pretty overwhelming. So NA tends to be like, yeah, he's like that, so he's good, and JP is like, yeah, but when he defends, he's bad. So basically, JP considers him to be pretty bad, and we consider him to be pretty good.
Yeah, statistics-wise, I mean, it kind of matches what you just said. Many of the JP players with Vilov, oh, was that already 2-0?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a lot. They have Save, they have Masoma, and they have a lot of other good gloves.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, in JP, they only have Coin, which is a notable glove. But Coin does places on tournaments often, so that says something about the character. Like, even if he's low tier, he's still plenty good, like good enough to like perform in tournaments, basically.
Yeah, at least according to the multi-game statistics, Vilov is one of the characters with the highest win rate, whatever
Not
that's
surprising.
worth.
Yeah, because it doubles with the fact that Love is pretty much a noob killer. Like, it's relatively easy to play, but playing against Love is actually very hard.
Yeah, the multi-games win rate statistics are always also a bit, skewed based on who plays which character. Like Jing plays Hisui, and Hisui is the character with the highest win rate because Jing is the most active player in the game.
Obviously, Jing plays like almost every day. He has his streams and all. Taka also plays every day, but he plays Aoko. But like that's the kind of player that play the game like 3-4 hours a day. So they kind of skew the statistics a bit, you know.
Okay, it should be FX versus Drizzy. FX is already here. Did Drizzy just join as well? Yes. Okay. I don't even have to ping them. Am I sitting there? Yes.
You're sitting there. It's fine, they're dancing. Let them dance.
I was just checking Discord, but they
Yeah,
are
it's
already here. Then just the scoreboard real quick.
Yeah, for once we didn't have to disband the room.
Yeah, we didn't have to reopen the room. It worked for once.
For once.
Okay, Aoko against Red Arcoid. What can you tell me about this matchup?
Normally, if you're not Drizzy, it's a very like cowardly matchup. You pretty much both characters play very defensively until they get a hit. The thing is, Drizzy doesn't play like that at all, so we'll probably not see anything like that.
I'm guessing projectile wars. At least that's what we've seen so far.
Lots of projectile wars. Just like Drizzy is a bit aggressive, so he'll go on offense more often, but basically, usually the matchup plays as whoever gets his projectile in first gets the momentum going.
Okay. Not much happening right now, they are just shielding.
Yep, they're chilling.
Okay, Drizzy gets a hit.
Okay.
It's mid-screen though, so... Oh, he mixes him up with the teleport. Okay. Oh, no. He saved himself with the super there, I think, otherwise FX could have punished.
Yeah, nice shield on the 5v charge, like most people don't think of shielding it. Oh,
that was a big guess,
yeah.
But it worked out for him. And the teleport. Oh.
Nothing personal, kid, just teleporting behind you. Come on, Drizzy.
Oh my. Yeah, there was a styling on the opponent moment.
Yeah, pretty stylish, not gonna lie. Yeah, and he waited because like Aoko's super, you can punish it until she does the second laser. So you just have to wait basically so you can punish. Ouch! Nice opener from Drizzy. Drizzy will go. We'll have to stop with his charge 5Bs though because Ashix has been shielding them all, which is a sign usually that you do it a bit too often. And yeah, that's how the matchup plays. Whoever gets the life lead usually just gets to shield back and not take too many risks. And Drizzy just did exactly that and won.
Okay, I was already looking at the one orb. Drizzy jumped back into it just to shield and teleport again.
Yeah. Oh god, the madman. And just like that he wins.
That was a fast matchup.
That was a very fast match. Drizzy was like, nah, I'm going to go farther than that in the bracket. Like, FX is a very good player, so I didn't expect like such a convincing win from Drizzy.
Okay, now we have Clopss against Berschko winners final.
Winner final, let's go.
There we go. I also have a predictions Twitch thingy here. That
oh, let me see. Let me check. Yeah.
you can use the channel points for commands like this one. Or actually,
yeah, you better bet, guys.
I had actually. Did I turn down the volume for this one? I hope this isn't too loud. Okay, no, it's
We'll see. Also, nobody banking on Clopss yet? Come on, guys.
There we go. Now it shouldn't disappear behind the bracket screen. Perfect. Okay. Let me do the callouts on Discord.
Drizzy, we call that tactical crouching. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, Berschko is already here, and we're just missing Clopss. And he's here as well, okay.
Yep. We're done with the zoning games because like the two characters we're going to see are very aggressive. So
yeah,
we'll probably see a lot of rage down and a lot of mind games and interactions.
Yeah, our top 4 are Clopss, Berschko, Tinta and Drizzy. So that's 2 variants of the end of 1000 years. I immediately recognize this soundtrack.
This song rocks. I love it.
It's probably my favorite from the old game.
It's one of my favorites too. Recap pressure, like both characters also have very strong recap pressure and recaps in general. Oh, nice dive, and she gets a full combo for it too.
How much damage is this gonna be?
A lot.
Yeah, he still has 2 bars left. Is he gonna spend all? Probably not.
4.7k corner to corner, fair and balanced. As things should be. Oh, Reka in the
Oh,
face.
this could be... No, this is not death.
This could be death actually. No, not enough. If he had 2 bars maybe, but with a single bar it's not enough.
Okay, air to air is blocked. Clopss very much in the lead here. This can turn around with a big
nice
combo.
clash!
Clopss still has the resource advantage, but not by much.
Good kill mind game!
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if it was a great idea to jump into Berschko like that at that point, but whatever.
It was a gamble. He could have won the game from it, so I can understand why he did it. Not enough to kill, but the timer is playing a part.
Oh, true,
And,
they only had 5 seconds left. That was a very interesting round. Both
Lots of back and forth.
Yeah. Both spent all the resources
No punish
they
on
had.
the DP! Oh, but the hit. Oh god. Berschko is going to pay dearly for this.
By the way, the predictions are 250 points on Clopss versus 100 on Berschko. So the predictions think Clopss is going to win.
Yeah, probably. I mean, both are very good, so we'll see. But not gonna lie, Clopss is being very convincing right now.
And we say that and he immediately gets hit.
Definitely gets hit. The commentator scores at his finest.
Oh, interesting shield, but no combo.
Nice interception.
Oh, this might be death.
Not enough, yeah.
No.
He was very, very close to death, but it wasn't enough. Now he's dead though. And first game goes to Clopss. My bad. Clopss is being very clean. Like what killed Berschko were his hits, because Clopss has been very patient and baiting the hits and DPs very consistently. So I think Berschko is going to have to be a little more patient. Oh, he got caught! And that's a lot of damage.
This is...
Oh, the grabs. Nice counter moon drive. And the position's immediately reversed. Guess for your life. Oh, good DP mid pressure though. The DPs are flying! Ah, the safe jump. And that should be that.
Yeah. Or if he doesn't drop it, which is unlikely, yeah.
Yeah, like Berschko had dropped a lot in this tournament, but like so far he has been very on point with his combos against Clopss, which is a very good sign.
I like that Clopss saw he was just a little bit short of 4 bars of meter, so he charged even while it was causing him to be on a disadvantage. I mean,
and here we see like the truck that Arcade is in the corner, because she's one of the characters with the most plus frame up. Whelming because of it.
I'm a little bit surprised that Clopss blocked all that and didn't get hit. But
yeah, I mean you gotta be patient, because there are so many plus frames. If you eat buttons at the wrong time, you're going to die 100%.
I'm always tempted to DP early against Arcade because I don't want to deal with the charged 5C. Or was it 5B?
Yeah,
Just this unblockable.
Charge 5C, charge 5B. She also has a lot of solid mix-ups on top of her like frame traps, which make her very hard to deal with. Oh. Oh, the nice shield on shield BT. And Clopss showing he knows his moon combos. Oh, he did a dive to bait a fuzzy mash, but Berschko didn't bite. Oh, nice high jump JC. And that's going to hurt. Or JC is one of the best starters.
Doesn't have much meter though, so 4.3.
Still one throw away and
Yeah.
there's a throw.
Berschko now has 4 bars. Oh,
Nice!
Clopss just grabbed him out of that.
That's actually the optimal control play to charge 5D because it's flash frame that's vulnerable to throws. And since it advances a lot, you can actually throw it if you're fast enough.
Oh, both a little bit scared to advance there, but okay.
Yeah, they're both respecting each other, clearly, because I know they both have very good button and very high damage. So they can like just swing really nilly. Oh, nice conversion. Sadly, it won't get to 3 bars in time. But it's still 1 throw away from winning. Oh,
Burst.
this time Berschko was ready for the throw. He's like, no, blood hits. I'm out of here.
I'm a little bit sad Berschko didn't jump forward and shield in hopes that Clopss hits a button and he gets the last arc, but I mean, in this situation it would have worked even.
Yeah, but the thing is, shielding is always a risk, so I can understand why you didn't do it.
Not that much when you're air dashing forward, or is it?
You get extra landing recovery for your shield.
Okay.
So if your opponent is on point, they can wait for you to land and then kill you.
I liked how they both hit each other there.
Yeah, the trades. The trades are crazy. And corner to corner, let's go!
Also has 3 bars, so the next combo might kill.
People mashing against Saber's dive. Why are you doing this?
Was not a good starter, but still 4k. Yeah, this is...
there is no such thing as bad starter for Arcreed and Saber. Everything does above 4k anyway.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's either 4k or 1.5k. Pick your poison.
Okay, so this is winner's final, which means Berschko has a chance still.
So, Berschko isn't out yet.
Okay, immediately pushes Clopss to the corner.
Yep.
Okay, throw starter, but no combo. Both Moondrive.
The
GP
chaos!
starter. Drops the combo. Shield and okay.
Yeah, double shield BC. It's fun because you can see they have pretty much the same mind games and playstyle because a lot of the things they do are the same options, which is why we kind of see crazy clashes.
Yeah, I think this would also be an interesting first to 7, but
yeah, definitely. Because their decision making is very similar, so it makes for very fun interactions.
yeah. I mean, different characters, obviously, but
yeah, but the archetypes are kind of similar too.
ooh, nice mix up there.
Yep, left, right, let's go. Oh, bad job though. Oh, unblockable, let's go. And so far, Clopss has been getting right on almost every Oki.
Yeah, the shield there lost him the round.
Yeah, That's the problem with shield. It's a very strong option, but at the same time, it does its risks. JB, one of the best air-to-air buildings in the game.
The Rekka didn't work for Berschko there. Wasn't in range.
The Rekka is huge, but not that huge. Oh, nice grab. Oh, overhead. Oh no. One hit away from that. Blood hit, maybe? Yep. That was a very ballsy one, but it worked.
Yeah, I mean, it was very costly, but it got him out of the corner and regenerated some health.
Suddenly he's probably going to die. Normally it's enough.
It's going to be close. It looks like he will cash out completely. No.
He didn't go for the arc drive. Oh, not fast enough to punish. Oh, but the thing is, timer is ticking. Berschko is going to have to get aggressive right now if he wants to get a chance to win in time.
Yeah, so far
oh, nice mind game.
Okay, that's a good start. Clopss still has the resource advantage, even though it's getting pummeled right now.
Right on Oki. Oh no, he didn't. But at least the heat freezes time. Oh no, he's dead. RIP!
And we still get the animation at the end. Okay.
RIP, but he's still in losers. He can still make a comeback. He's going to face the winner of Tintan and Drizzy.
And the predictions were correct. The majority, I mean. Clopss wins.
As expected of the British Saber God.
Okay, then we have losers semi, which is also just first to 2. Tintan
so
against
Dan
Drizzy.
Versus Red Hawk. Very curious about how it will go because I haven't seen them play each other for a while, so I don't know how well they manage the matchup. But hopefully it'll be probably pretty fun because Drizzy is always entertaining to watch and
Tintan is
very solid.
Already here.
Yeah, no, it's just Berschko had to leave.
Yeah.
But now he's out, so we can start. Let's go. But Tintan going Akia apparently.
Is this back to his roots, or was he always playing Akia lately?
He's playing both. Like he started with Akia, then he switched to Dan, and then he plays both. But we got baited. It was only a palette change. Yeah. Oh well. Because I think he wanted to match Drizzy's palettes somehow. We got cool red and black palettes going.
A nightmare teller again.
Yep.
Probably a fitting song also for this matchup. 2 villains.
Yeah. 2 bosses, 2 vampires going at it. Oh, good hit. Shield? Yeah.
Okay. A lot of stuff got thrown around so far, but...
He got hit by the back hitbox of 3DC! And now it's Oki time, but
he messed up the Oki.
It's fine. He got a good read. And now they get for life, Drizzy.
Oh, he caught his feet there on the jump landing. Although he could have probably blocked still, but whatever.
Very impressive thing, most likely, and die for it. Oh, Fatal, it's going to be a lot of damage.
Yeah, he has a lot of meter too, but doesn't need to spend it. Oh no, he put himself into the corner. That was...
Yeah, because block kill B is slightly minus, so mashing there was pretty risky.
Okay, Drizzy
Oh,
sitting on
some
4
jump.
bars. If Tintan gets hit, he is dead.
For sure. Blood it instead.
Okay,
Please!
okay.
Please! Come on! That's bad.
I think we can
6,000
say
K.
this probably shouldn't have worked, but it did anyway.
It's fine, it's fine. Drizzy makes it work, always. I don't understand how the madman does it. No, not pulling for the gimmicks though. But sadly, Tintan is wasting his hits, so it's going to be a hard to battle from now on. Oh, he got grabbed! Not enough damage, bro.
I try to go
Nice
for
call
another
out.
grab. Just stand still on OP.
Okay, but now he gotta get. Oh no, he missed the OK.
Okay, blocks. Ah, that was
Nice
an
call out.
interesting exchange.
Now good OK. And Drizzy doesn't have any resource to bait the OK, so he's going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, and gets
And
hit.
it loops. Do it again. What option this time? And shield low, it gets wrong. The comeback from Tintan. We love Dan Vortex, guys, don't we? We love it. Yeah.
I'm not
I
sure if
sensed
the
doubt.
chat
I
agrees,
sensed doubt.
but let's see
Not
if
sure
anyone...
if they agree.
うるさいかとんぼ。ああ、すりつぶされたいんだ。
But like Drizzy was pretty much winning the whole thing before the giant
Oh,
comeback.
oh no. I have a loading screen image. Black screen.
Same connection lost.
And Tintan is
somebody
gone.
left.
But it was on round start, so...
It was on run start, so we can just wait for him to come back.
Yeah, no points given to anyone there.
And, yeah, because the match didn't start yet, so we can just let it be. But I hope though that Tintan can come back and have like its internet exploding like mine. Let's go. Nothing happened.
Okay.
I mean, he got to change the color again. Right. It's important.
Oh, Viver is here. Our friendly neighborhood Grand Blue host, I think.
So 1-0 for Tintan, but
Yeah,
we'll
but
see.
at least if I remember correctly, Viver streamed or commentated for Hard Edge. But
Oh, right. I didn't know that actually. That's cool.
yes, he confirmed it in Twitch chat.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, a very good start for Drizzy. Tintan
Yeah,
already down to
4.5K.
50%.
These GPs are up to finish. Makes sense. But Drizzy still gets a good hit. One pro away from dying. Yeah. Any opening. Oh, the overhead. Will we see another comeback? Oh no, the overhead again! Come on, don't do like this.
Maybe I spoke too soon with saying Drizzy has the upper hand, because now he's
Yeah,
dead.
now Oki land. He got trust up. Punish? Yeah, no, he missed.
Ooh. He tried it again, but Tintan
Of
was
course he
already
did.
jumping, so he couldn't have. Couldn't have.
No, he's getting reset. The gimmicks.
Okay, we have a similar situation to last round, where Drizzy got Tintan into the corner down to 50%. He just has to close out the round.
Tintan seems to love his comebacks, so I'm very careful now.
Okay, burst or heat, just to regenerate a little bit of
Nice.
HP, and he gets an archive. Okay, Drizzy burned all his moon gauge there, but didn't get anything
Yeah,
from it.
but Tintan is running dry too. So it's going to be very hard for Tintan to do a comeback this time around.
Drizzy does have the HP advantage.
They're dancing around each other, trying to get a solid hit. And Drizzy
he
gets it finally.
back jump, EX, projectiles.
Yeah.
And again.
It's a jump for BC, it's an infamous move because it's very hard to deal with. And it leads to a lot of damage.
And can be comboed off of in some situations.
Yep, as long as the two rings hit, you can combo from it.
Ooh, this is that.
Nice confirm. 1-1.
That Drizzy took this one very convincingly.
Yep. To be fair, it's a very hard matchup for Dan, actually. Like, Red Arc has a lot of options to deal with her. Which I'm pretty surprised he doesn't try Akia, which is a bit better of a matchup, although it's not that better, sadly.
That's... well, I don't know the game enough to judge if Akia versus Red Arcoid is better than the Ainwell.
It's better, but just by a little. It's really not. It's like the Dan versus Red Arc is very bad for Dan, and Akia versus Red Arc is only bad, normally bad for Akia, basically. It's like PQ poison. Oh, nice confirm. But Tintan right back at Drizzy with 3BC. Oh, he's doing optimal combos. Let's go.
Ah, he tried it
Oh,
again.
no punish though. That's plus. Drizzy stop blocking. I don't know why. He's going to pay for it dearly. Okay, no resource to get for the key. Get for life. Oh, he blocked the overhead though.
Yeah, he was kind of stuck in the zoning game there.
Zoning game. And Dan has a very respectful vampire she is, calling her opponent trash as she repeatedly launches knives at them.
And that's already...
And Titan just wins with way. Oh well.
It's already the game. Tintan moves on.
Yep. Don't leave the room, Titan. Berschko is coming for you.
I'm also going to start predictions now. Losers final. Berschko against Tintan. Predictions are open. Let's see if Berschko can find the room.
if he can join the room rather, because I think he knows the password by now. But is the room playing nice or not? Is the question.
I think I'm also going to ping Berschko because he's not here yet.
Yep.
Okay, let's see if my... yeah, the seeding was on point actually. Clopss
Yep,
is
somehow.
in winner side grand final. Berschko Tintan, and number 4 is also Drizzy as the
Yep.
4th seed.
No real upsets, which is like both expected, but I like my upsets. So
Yeah.
kind of sad, but oh well.
I mean, for the tournament organizer, it's always interesting if
Yeah, to see whether you guessed right or not, and whether like the stats check out.
ええレベル合わせてあげてるものオープンユアマジック
I forgot to update
But
this.
like an upset can still happen. Like Tintan can win the whole thing. and
True.
make us lie.
But technically, even if Tintan makes it into grand final now, or Berschko wins, then it's also sort of an upset.
Yeah. Oh, Berschko gets right on OT. Good for you. Oh, nice suplex.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Very good decision making though from Berschko, remembering that he has a full screen arc drive to deal with this kind of situation.
Is it actually like, I mean, full screen that it hits anywhere?
Full screen. And it tracks to like wherever you're on the screen. If you're doing something, you get hit.
I mean, even if you're jumping?
Yeah, you gotta. Even if you're jumping, you gotta block.
Alright, so it's like Hildar's super
Yeah.
from
basically.
Unfornight, but yeah.
Yeah, it's the same kind of super.
Oh, Tintan has 4 bars. Is he going to cash out here?
Yeah, he's going to use it to loop his OT if he can. Yep. Guess again!
Hmm? Tintan just blocking there, but didn't work out in the end.
Yeah, that's why we agree, because if you're trying to just block, you'll block forever until she throws you, and like, that's 2.45k in the throw. So at some point you gotta try to do something, but if you get strong, you die, basically. Just like now, just like what happened right now.
Yeah, it always feels bad when you die with full moon gauge and 4 bars.
Yeah. Can happen though. Sometimes you just don't have a good point to get a moon drive or hit off. And so sometimes you just end up dying with all of your resources. Be like that.
レベル合わせてあげてるものオープンユアマジックサーチ逃がさない華麗でし
Both just charging
charge.
up. Okay,
You
fair
get to meter
exchange.
and then start the game.
Okay, did not work out in Berschko's favor here.
It's okay, he has full meter to eat now. I guess one gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose if both players charge up at the start of the round, it means the round will probably go longer. Or the opposite, if he heals supers now and kills Berschko. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would have thought it lasts longer because they can heal, but they also die faster, so...
Die faster. And not to mention, the hit is still pretty risky. Because if it's baited, you basically can do the BPS combo you have on whoever did the hits. So it's like a very high risk, high reward reversal than a burst.
If Berschko gets one more hit, he has won, because he's sitting on so much meter. This should kill.
Yeah, with meter it
Yeah.
kills.
This is...
Final round?
Oh, what happened there?
That drop. He did 5A and probably wanted to do 2B, 2C, but did 2BC instead. It's my guess. And he did double super, but now he missed the combo. No!
Doesn't matter, still gets...
It's okay. American resets, let's go!
Sometimes, I mean, if you Moondrive second, aren't you minus? Isn't it better?
No, if both character Moondrive, they're both 0. So basically it's a full mind game at this point.
Oh, is this death? Yeah.
Yep. Too much damage.
Berschko up 2-0.
Yeah, Tintan is doing well actually, but the main issue is that he has a lot of trouble keeping Berschko in his Okies, which is sadly pretty important with Dan. You just gotta have a better man games basically if you want to win with Dan, but it's pretty complicated to do that reliably, especially in the tournament setting.
He had his spears, but couldn't activate them.
Slap. No, it sounds like an Alcrid run right there.
Oh. Oh no! He had a very good starter, but whatever, he still got a...
round.
He still won.
Nice mind game here. Oh, but he gets immediately shielded back and shield A. Boom. Oh, that's punishable yet.
Tintan is sitting on 4 bars, but can't use them.
Yeah, he's probably going to try to hit at some point.
Okay. He did get a hit there with
no,
the
he's
shield,
dead. He's
but...
dead. Goodbye.
Unfortunate.
Berschko knows his combo, sadly, so yeah. And Tintan died with all of his resources again. Like, which I can understand, because the thing is, the more you face his good opponents, the more risky hit becomes, and so you become very scared of your hit being baited and you dying. But sometimes you just gotta risk it for the biscuits, you know.
The predictions were interestingly in Tintan's favor this time, but Berschko won.
Yep, can never be sure. And so we get the Berschko versus Clopss rematch. So, except this time around, since it's grand finals, Berschko will have to reset. But we'll see, because even though the score was pretty much in Clopss' favor, the rounds themselves were actually pretty close. So if Berschko manages to adapt to what Clopss did...
Give me a second,
probably...
I put the wrong score here.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Tintan in Grand Final, it's Berschko in Grand Final.
I mean, Tintan probably wouldn't mind, you know? I'm making Grand Finals, it's fine.
Okay, fixed it, Berschko against Clopss. Predictions are open. Also gonna ping Clopss. There we go. Everything is set up.
Hey, let's go. So we only need Clopss to come back now.
Okay. Let's check. Okay, Clopss can't find the room.
Oh no.
Then
We're back at it. Oh no.
create room. Creating room. And it's
Hopefully, it should be the last time this evening it happens.
a
fingers
communication
crossed.
error has occurred while creating the room. I try
Yep,
one
same.
more time. Try. You got the same?
Yep.
Okay.
Probably just wait a bit. Yeah, I think the servers are just acting up. Just for the suspense, like the servers are like, this is the grand finals, we gotta make them wait a little.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
asked
it
Clopss
seems
if he can open a room for us.
Yeah, we'll see. Although, like, it seems right now it's not so much the servers, but Steam, which is derping out.
Okay, Clopss is getting the
Hopefully one of
same
us can-
error. Maybe Berschko.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we can wait a little. Like, we can wait a few minutes and then try again.
It's a little bit unlucky that it happens while we are streaming the tournament.
Yeah, sadly, it happens very rarely. Sometimes it does, and like, it's happening right at the wrong moment. Especially for like grand finals, you know.
Yeah.
But oh well, I think it'll fix it. It'll fix itself real soon. We just gotta be a little bit patient.
Okay. It still doesn't work. Still gotta wait a little
Yeah.
longer.
Yep, so same. I'm trying to create a room, but gaming is like, nope, not today, sir.
I mean, last time all four of us got this. It only took like a minute, so this shouldn't last that long.
Hopefully, yeah. We'll wait a little and see. I mean, worst case scenario, we can do the grand finals off stream, but it'd be pretty sad. So I still want to wait at least a few minutes.
Yeah. I'm trying to come up with some topic to talk about while we're waiting, but I'm all out of ideas. Oh, well, I could talk about...
We can talk about anime. Everybody loves anime, right?
I actually... I mean, I did watch a lot of different anime, but not recently.
It's okay. Just say what are your favorite animes. See if we have like common things.
Oh, favorite. I really like the monster anime. I mean, that's just the name, monster.
I have heard. I haven't watched it yet, sadly, but I have a friend that recommended it to me, so I should probably get to watch it.
It's how do I describe it? With the way how it's portrayed. Oh, the room is up.
Room is up.
The way how
Same.
the
That's
anime
same.
like kind of works or how it feels when you watch it, it's a little bit more of like a standard thriller show, like a more like in the way how real life stories are written. I mean, with real actors.
Oh, it's kind of interesting, actually. You said the name was Monster, right? If I remember correctly. Just Monster.
Yeah, I mean,
Should probably give it a watch, because I love that kind of anime, actually.
yeah, it just defies a lot of anime tropes that you would see.
Which is what we want to see in animes. I don't want to see more isekais. I want to see original things, you know?
Yeah. Although, I mean, isekai can also be unique or so.
Original, yeah, just most of them aren't, but like some of them can be really cool.
Okay, tournament's grand final has
Yeah.
started.
Berschko being like, I don't care about animes, I'm just going to dunk that blonde woman right here, right now.
Okay, Clopss took quite a bit of damage there, but he's not stuck in Oki loops, so anything can happen.
Saber kinda wants to play neutral against Arcade because she cannot deal very well with Arc's pressure. So she would rather like win the neutral interaction because she has a fucking sword, so obviously our neutrals can very much deal with Arc.
Oh no, drops. Shield, shield, shield. No one
Yep,
gets hit.
the shield walls are real. That's not a shield wall though. If you shield moon skills, it's like hit or reversals. The opponent cannot re-shield, so you get a guaranteed finish when you shield those.
Is shield into shield into shield the longest shield chain that can happen, or can you get even...
No, it can end up like it can go on forever basically.
Okay.
It goes until somebody guesses wrong basically.
I don't think I've seen it happen for more than 3 shields so far.
Yeah, because the thing is at higher level people realize that you have tons of options with shield because you can press a button, you can do shield nothing, you can do shield BC. The one with shielded can also do a BC to escape. So in the end, when you know the risk reward of all options, you end up escaping the shield gain really fast. Just like what happened right now. Like Clopss shielded, and Berschko was like, I don't want to play this mind game, so he pressed BC. And Clopss did BC too, and they went back to neutral instantly.
Yeah. I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah,
It would just be
liked.
very funny to see, like, in... Like, I don't know, if you played Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3 or something, where... there's a mechanic called Z counter, where if you press up and square at the right time, then you teleport behind the other opponent and attack. And then they can do the same, teleport behind you and attack, and then they do this 10 times over.
Yeah, technically you can do this in Melty, just like people are where you have tons of options to escape this kind of thing. Basically.
Yeah. I mean, in the Dragon Ball game it was funny because you didn't really have other options besides
Yeah, you
counter
just had
and
to do
escaping.
You just have to accept and go for the loop.
Yeah, and there it was, the longer this chain goes on, the more damage the hit does that happens.
Oh
at the
no!
end. So if they just do 20 Z counters in a row, then one player gets one shot. Kind of like that.
We love Kustoges.
Yeah, I mean, in multiplayer you don't have that, so there isn't really a reason to try and keep this chain going.
Yeah, you don't have any reason. It just
Oh,
sometimes
that was-
happens because mind games, but yeah.
It's interesting
Oh,
there.
Double Moon Drive.
Berschko did his This is, what was it? Last arc, I think?
Caliber!
No, not last arc.
What?
Arc drive.
Yeah, Arc
And
Drive.
then Clopss involved through it, or shielded, and then try to punish it, but dropped the combo or something.
Yep, that's what happened. Because as I've said, the Arc Drive are part of the invulnerable super category. So if somebody shields it, the opponent cannot reshield, so you can just punish them for it if you shield it.
Another shield war.
Oh, nice to see low profile. Guess right? Yep, safe jump. Left, right? No. He whips the throw, but it's okay, he wins anyway. And a perfect! Let's go. Save jump, most likely? Yep. Keep grab. Oh, nice reset. Corner carry, and let's go for the O2. Classic.
Clopss sitting on full resources.
Nice frame trap.
Who might die here with
He's not
full
going to be
Moondrive
able to
and
use them.
4 bars. Yeah.
Yep, he's dead.
And
1-1.
the round goes to Berschko.
Like, one perfect and one pretty much almost perfect. That was very, very convincing from Berschko. Like, Clopss is going to have to stop the momentum right now. Oh, nice cross under.
Oh, that wish.
Oh, good contest.
Oh,
Ouch, this is going to
Was
hurt
that-
a lot.
I think he overhead hit. Was that a safe jump?
Yeah, that was a safe jump. Doesn't look like one, but it is one. Because, like,
Ooh.
usually in this game,
No.
a safe jump wins against everything except shield BC. But if you manage to do a safe jump
No.
from far away, like he does, you can block a shield BC in time.
Did you
Which
also
is what
get
just happened
disconnected?
at Berschko. I'm still in the room. Ah, no, never mind. Never mind.
That was in the middle of the match. I think nobody had a point yet, so
Yep. Best thing is to ask for player or they want to do it, just to confirm. Whether they want to replicate the situation, or just go back at it like round start.
let me just in case that I talk nonsense, I'm gonna check the VOD actually. Just to make sure that nobody had taken a round there.
I think Clopss got a round if I remember correctly. Not sure. Gotta check.
Nope, it was still
No,
0
it was
0
still 0-0.
1-1
Okay.
in scores.
Oh wait, I gotta go back in.
Yeah, I created a room, but nobody has joined yet.
It seems we have the exact same issue. I'm trying to solve the room, but there is a communication error right now. Oh boy. Melty, why are you doing this to us? Oh god, it was so hyped too. Come on. Yeah, I can't create a room anymore. It's doing it again. What the hell? Game, please.
Okay. Weird, but
Yes, Steam is just being a dick, I think. It's
creating
just
room.
right now.
Loading, loading, loading.
Yep, it's probably the same. We're probably going to
Yeah,
have a
communication
little
error.
bit.
Okay.
Because the thing is, we can't even like make the brackets progress off stream because the players can't even make a room to join it. So
Yeah.
I guess best thing we can do is wait for it to come back up.
I guess in the meantime we can talk more about anime.
Yeah, right.
So I watched Monster. It's kind of, or Monster is. I mean, I watched back in like 2018 or something.
Yeah. You know what? Let me do. Internet is my friend, so let me check a little bit while you talk about Monster.
Oh, room is back up. And
Ugh, come on! As soon as we want to talk about good thing, the room comes back up. Of course it does. It's fine. We're going to have to watch some good ass melt instead. Oh well.
okay, everyone is here.
Yep. Let's go! So stage change, but I don't know what they decided, but they'll probably just replay the talk. Let me check.
Yeah, I mean, there was no round for other player yet, so
yeah, I think they're going to just pretend the rune never happened. Fine.
yeah. I mean, it's not like there's money on the line today either.
Yeah, of course. But like you know, some players like to replicate the same meter and mostly life. But it depends on player basis. Oh, nice protect.
Protect and then immediately DP.
Yeah, Berschko doesn't care. He's -7 or -8. I don't remember after protect, but he's like, who cares?
Berschko is unleashing his inner Drizzy.
He's in a Drizzy. I mean, it's still awkward. Anyway.
yeah.
Oh, nice contest. Waited for the shield's recovery before smacking him with a 5A. Another momentum all Clopss. Nice tick grab. Do it again, maybe? Just do the pressure. Ah, no. Nice block on the overhead.
DP.
Oh, nice JC. Oh, sad drop. He had the win right there. Could have won.
Well, they are both just one hit away. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Like, Clopss recognized that Berschko immediately rejumped after he sees DC always. So he's like, I won't let you do this, basically. Okay, nice front trap. Just frames.
And they're dancing around one another there a little bit. But Berschko finds the first hit.
Yep, and it's sort of a OK silly. Let's go. Yep, OK again. Done.
Ah.
And he's dead.
I suppose Clopss blocked on the wrong side there.
It's hard. Like Aoki is legit very good. She has the left right. She has safe jumps. She has everything you want from an Oki, basically. So it can be pretty overwhelming. So far, Berschko actually had very little success in guessing correctly on his Okis, but like when he gets it right all the time, it's very overwhelming.
Berschko only 1 point away from a bracket reset. Drops combo,
Yep,
but
and
doesn't matter.
he's been having all the momentum in his side, so if Clopss doesn't stop him right now, the reset will happen.
Oh, that's
Nice frame trap.
Clopss not only 1 hit away from losing his round.
Guess for life.
And that's it.
With throw into 5A, the classic.
Clopss on
See,
full resources
that
there.
Reka is evil. That Reka goes so far.
Okay, good shield. Although a little risky,
corner.
if Berschko had done a throw there, it would hit him, of course.
No. The Reka is minus but safe
Ooh.
block still.
That was a... well... I think it was Arcade's air special that got him out of the corner, but anyway.
Yep.
He even got a
Oh,
hit.
nice
at a
dive.
no combo there. So whatever. It's long in the past now. Now Clopss has the upper hand and might kill here. Yeah, and definitely kills here.
Yeah, he spends the free bar. I want to make sure. Doesn't take any chance. This Reka goes so far. I'm always impressed. Oh no, you
no
don't shield.
combo.
We shield bows normally. Come on. I don't shield bows, but it's fine.
Okay, Moondrive, Moondrive.
Oh, the dive again. And 4.27k. Just like that. Oh, Riverica! Oh, clutch hit though. And it's blood hit too, so Clopss will have to play very patient now. And he's going to use the arc drive. Yep. Not enough to kill though, normally.
No,
Yep.
okay. But
That's enough
okay,
to kill
if
though,
you
and that's
just
a
run up
reset.
throw and it hits, then of course you can...
Just do it!
Then you
Just
can
have
also
confidence in
reset the
yourself.
bracket. And we're
Yeah,
back to
the
1-1.
balls of this man. The
Back
balls
to
of this
0-0,
man.
I mean.
Yep. Shot drop. Bruh, what is this combo? So stylish.
Final match.
Clopss is like, okay, playtime's over.
Alright.
Time for me to win my grand finals.
Or actually, it's
Just as I say that, of course he gets hit. And gets comboed. Of course he does.
or actually it's, I don't know, terminology, probably not final match, but final set. But
Yeah,
whatever.
final sets, yeah. Yeah, my bad.
No, it was me who
Oh,
said
the
that, but
reversal.
whatever. Cannot. Oof. It's getting a little difficult for me to keep track of everything that's happening. But these two also play very fast, I think.
I mean, Melt is a fast game anyway.
Yeah.
Like, things go very, very fast, and that's why it's a bit overwhelming when you start talk. But it's fine, you get used to the speed of the game, and it's one of the things that make it fun.
I mean, yeah, BB tag, Blaze Blue cross tag is also very fast, and they are also try to commentate, but there I too have the problem that I tend to, like, I talk about one thing, and before I even finish talking about it, the game has already progressed to the end of the round or something. Like,
it's fine. Like you can always keep on something. You can commentate on everything that happens on screen. That's possible.
yeah.
Just like that 5.3k that happened, we won't commentate on it.
And even though Clopss got his
kill normally. Yep.
arc drive combo there, Berschko still got the next hit instead of getting stuck in Oki loop, and also gets his own arc drive that wins him the round.
Yep, 6k combo, 4 bar spent. You gotta spend the butter. Oh, nice jump
DP
shield.
gets shielded?
Yeah, that's an advanced thing you can do. When you clash with a moon skill, when you do a clash, you can basically jump cancel. And since you can jump cancel, you can jump cancel into shield to beat the moon skill. It's very hard to do, that's why you don't see many players do it. But it's a proof that Clopss is very good. Keep it simple. Oh no, we got caught. Yeah,
again.
No, that doesn't
Okay.
work. Yeah,
Berschko's DP is not working out this round.
Yeah. The thing with moon skills is that they seem very strong at first, but there is a lot of counterplay to them, so you can just throw them melee, hoping that the clash frames will save you.
食ログではこの辺りに。あ、いいわ。相手になってあげる。
So hopefully we see him adapt and be a little more conservative with his moon skills, because Clopss has his number right now. Ooh, that is going to hurt a lot. It's okay,
Unless he drops it. But the reset probably, not really a reset, just the second hit, ensures that he still gets him down to one hit. This might kill?
If he does the optimal combo, Berschko is dead. Nah, not enough, sadly. I was wrong, just slightly off.
But I mean, it's going to be difficult for Berschko to come back from here.
Yeah, clever hit. He's going to try to recover as much health as possible.
I will be impressed if Berschko still wins this round.
Yeah, he's a very bad spot. Nah, the Clopss doesn't take any chance and he kills him.
Oh.
Berschko has been doing a little bit too many air dashes in front of Clopss, and Clopss is very good at anti-airing, so I think Berschko should be a little more careful. But it's okay, we get good mashes in.
Oh. Interesting moon drive to react to the charge 5B or 5C.
That's actually a very clever moon drive. When you see a hole in pressure, you can just moon drive and shield just to escape. But even if he escapes, that's not enough to deal with Berschko. Arc drive, and now he's one combo away from getting buffed. Yep, and oh no, the drop on the pro combo. Bliss sad. Is the comeback happening?
Oh, run up Moondrive DP, okay. I guess that works.
Moondrive DP. I mean, as long as it wins. And that was actually pretty clever and pretty unexpected, which is pretty nice.
Okay, Oki gets blocked.
Yep. Clever walk back from Berschko expecting a DP or a hit, but
oh no,
didn't bite.
that gets punished.
And 4K. Oh god. Berschko has been whipping so many throws into 5A and winning so many times with this. It's kind of crazy, actually.
Berschko understands the flashy Moondrive EX flash screen is just distraction and goes for DP. Oh, what
Yeah.
happened?
Because we have a free match limit, basically.
Yeah.
But they're not done yet. Will Berschko actually get the win now? Because he's actually in prime position.
Interestingly, the Twitch predictions are 100% in favor of Berschko. Not Berschko, Clopss. So I can actually only refund them if Berschko wins. Because nobody bet on Berschko.
Well, I don't trust our Berschko. I don't understand why.
I mean, it's 1-1 right now in the bracket reset, so...
Yeah, anything can happen.
Exactly.
Oh, nice raid.
Oh, Drizzy said he predicted Berschko, but it doesn't show up in the predictions. And he also doesn't have the Twitch predictions notification thing next to his name.
Berschko fainted the safe jump into an empty low, which is pretty clever. We got the optimal combos here. Clopss finally out. And Saber's corner carry is impressive as usual. My good choice. Oh, nice shield. Oh, Berschko is being so aggressive right now and it's paying dividends. And death. 2-1 for Berschko. If Clopss has to make adaptation, it's going to happen real quick because it's his last chance, literally.
Yeah, Berschko is on tournament point. Berschko did run up Moondrive again, but Clopss was mid-air, so... Oh no! I got disconnected again.
Oh! Match is still going for me, but maybe I'll be disconnected soon. Yep, happened. Come on. It's the last game too!
Yeah, I mean, potentially last game. Maybe Clopss had won this one.
It could be 2 more games at most, yeah. I can create back. Can you?
I'll check in just a second. Not create room, search room.
Create for you.
Keyword did you put?
I know, you create the room.
Okay. Creating room, it opened. Okay.
Hopefully it's the last time it happens. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
The players are uncertain if one of them had a round up.
They didn't. It was first round.
I mean, I can check the VOD just to be 100% certain.
You can check me one. Oh yeah, you can check. But I think I'm like 90% sure it was the first one still.
Let me see. I mean, on screen, on stream, it was still at 85 seconds timer by the time,
Yep.
or
Yeah,
83
it
seconds
was-
by the time it got disconnected. So very early on in the match.
Yeah, they can just restart. And you need to pass that.
Okay, okay. I was just still following
It's okay,
their discussion
I
in
need to auto pass
Discord.
too. It's fine. Yeah, because we remade rooms so many times we become too lazy to put the auto pass right at the start. Hopefully it's the last time we have to make a room.
Yeah,
Please. Kamone, please servers, please team.
this is definitely something they have to fix.
人の目につかなければいいのです
Yeah.
オープニングはマジックスタート
I mean, this tournament is also going to be up on my YouTube channel if you want to rewatch it or link it to the French bread devs or anything as proof that there is an issue that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, there is kind of a problem with your rooms, you know. Well, it could be Steam then again. Steam sometimes just decides to be a dick. Happens.
Okay, let's talk
And
about
Clopss running
the
a train.
match. Right now, Clopss is having the time of his life destroying Berschko or something like
Yeah,
that.
he needed a breather with a room break, and now yeah, he got it. It's like I'm back into action, guys.
Berschko stuck in the corner again. Throw back. Okay, now Berschko.
Wake up, throw.
Yeah,
Everything is fine.
I'm a bit of bad luck maybe. He probably wanted to keep Clopss in the corner.
Yeah, sadly our combo structure is pretty hard, so he probably just missed.
Ah, he
Back to the corner. We go. Finish.
okay. That's a start. Oh, that's
No,
ah,
he's
no
gonna
combo.
shield those. Oh, nice call outs.
Can't Arcade combo off of her charged unblockable?
Not the 5C one. The 5V
Okay.
she can, but not the 5C. But it's fine because it does 2000 damage, like base. So even if there is no combo, it still does plenty enough damage.
Alright. I mean, it's kind of like a throw then.
It's more than a throw, like it's a fatal throw basically.
Well, just not Arcade's throw because she can combo off of it. But anyway.
Yeah, our throw does 2.5k. Yeah, you get what I mean.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Oh,
a good
the
starter.
overhead.
Immediately Arcade.
Let's guess. Come on, Clopss.
He probably wants to.
Oh, the dive!
That's a good starter.
Dive from downtown. Let's go. Eat? Normal. Yeah, he's going to hit.
No.
Perfect mind game from Berschko.
And this actually wins Berschko the tournament.
Yep, after a reset. Like, Berschko was on fire on the last matches. Like, that shield A was clutch as hell.
I can end the Discord stream by now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Going to input the result. This was 3-1. Okay, then let me prepare the results screen real quick. Typically, we have, after the tournament, a short results screen on on the stream where we showcase all the players who made top 8 and say a little bit. I'm just preparing it right now. There we go. If you can see the stream, it should be up now. Oh. Ah, Zephyrion actually got kicked out of the voice channel, but anyway. Or he left, I don't know, whatever. I'm just gonna do it by myself then. Okay, 7th place, Danee. Let me adjust this really quick, there we go. Played Coma, if I remember correctly. Actually, who played against him? He beat Tiramisu, lost against Pride, but still, I mean, he would probably beat me. Aras, if I remember correctly. Okay, I can't remember which character he played, but still, I mean, thanks for participating. Pranker, the well, Coma, also very fun to watch. I sadly don't have much to say. FX, Aoko. Aoko seems to be kind of rare, so that's always interesting to see. I already know FX, I mean, it's a familiar name from our BB Tag tournaments. He attended those a couple of times. Always cool to see players returning. Or like, not strictly in the same game, it's also cool when you see them play another game. Also, Drizzy, just like Pranker, is I think a staple attendant of the Multiblood tournaments. With Red Arcade, also very fun to watch. Tintan, Akia, sometimes. I think this time we only saw Dead Apostle Noel. Also a player who regularly attends these tournaments, I think. Or not necessarily mine. I mean, it was the first tournament that I streamed for Multiblood today. But anyway, Clopss, probably one of the best Saber players in the game, or at least according to the Multi.games statistics. The number
Sorry,
one...
I'm back. I had an internet problem.
Okay.
My bad.
I was just going through the tournament top 8 results. I was already at Clopss. I didn't have much to say on the others because I'm not super familiar with them. With Clopss, I know that he's actually listed as the number 1 Saber player on Multi.games, which is part of the reason why I had invited him to the 1st to 7 event.
Yeah, makes sense.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like a lot of people play different modes and stuff, so it can be odd side. But yeah, Clopss is definitely a top Saber. Tintan is also probably our main Dead Apostle Noel player. I mean, probably because a lot of them left ships and played other characters and stuff. But he's still like our Dead Apostle Noel survivor, and he does very good with her. And Drizzy, we don't present him anymore. Like the crazy Red Arcade we all love. FX is probably one of our main Aokos. Aoko is very much a more popular character than the other ones we've mentioned. But FX is definitely one of the better ones of the bunch. Pranker, we don't present him anymore. Like, if you want to mold against Coma because of all of the disrespect option he has, you gotta go to Pranker and see how much Coma can just decide to not block because Pranker will not block against you, which makes for very fun games. Araz has switched to Saber recently, so sadly I can't tell much about his Saber, but his Izui is pretty much one of the top we have in Europe. So if you want to play against Izui, go play against him. And finally, Danee, which is another one of our resident Komas that we all know and love. Probably not as strong as the other main Komas we've got, but he still had a very good performance this time around. And I'm very eager to see him perform again. And I guess that's it for our first contenders.
I hadn't talked about Berschko yet, which
Oh,
I went
our main
through them
one.
from 7th to 2nd, but anyway, Berschko, obviously, he made the upset this tournament, which is he won instead of Clopss. Made all the way, he lost his, where is it?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it that much of an upset because the thing is, Berschko had stopped playing for months, so of course he came back not long ago. But back when he was on his peak, he often actually beat Clopss in matches. Like they were pretty much going toe to toe, but Berschko tended to win more often than Clopss when he was at top shape, basically. And he showed up that he's coming back, but he's coming back with a revenge, and he's coming back at top shape, basically.
I mean,
Yep,
I didn't mean like upset in the term that I didn't think Berschko would be able to beat Clopss. I think I mean, it was expected that this is going to be a close match.
Based on seeding, yeah.
Yeah. But...
And yeah, Berschko was exactly top 2 at mix-up because the first one was Magic Rider, the second one was Berschko, and the third one was a random Red Orchid player no one knows about. So yeah.
Who was it?
So it was me, actually.
Oh, okay. I mean,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure
Berschko
the people on stream watching, I mean, maybe not right now anymore, but Drizzy probably knows you and so forth. Well,
at least Drizzy knows me, yeah. But yeah, I lost to losers finals against Berschko. He pretty much fooled me. Like he pretty much bulldozered my face and then went to face Magic. It was really fun though.
And you had to go up also against Tumbleweed, I see.
Yeah, I lost to Tumbleweed and he sent me to losers.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody else eliminated him for me. I was like, yeah, I don't have to face him again.
Okay. Anyway, this tournament, Jay, lasted a little bit longer than intended.
Yeah, obviously,
because of
room issues and all, you know.
Technical difficulties with Melty Blood, but anyway, it was still fun.
It's fine. We made it through, and it was still good as games, which is all that matters in the end.
Another thing that I should mention is, I mean, there were a couple of other commentators possible for today, but all of them declined. I usually don't do commentary myself. Like for Blaze Brew, I have the other guys commentate while I handle the stream and so forth. I would prefer like not having to commentate. So
it's fine. Like VSF happened and everything happened this way. Like same, I'm not a main commentator. I'm usually here just to help people because sometimes we have shortage. But yeah, I mean, the circumstances made it was like that. But it's okay. I mean, we did our best, and I hope you still appreciated our stream.
I mean, of course, I appreciate all the help I can get with these streams. And
yeah,
what I wanted to get to is we also have a tournament commentator application Google document that you can find on our Discord. I mean, obviously, Zephyrion is already part of the tournament staff now, but if you'd like to become an ATC commentator for Melty Blood, for example, you can fill out the Awakening the Chaos host and commentator application form in the #rules channel.
Just go do that, and then I can participate in tournaments and I can have you commentate me instead. Woo!
For example, yes. Okay, but that's it from us for today. Tomorrow we have the Awakening the Chaos Maiden and Spell tournament by Mothfan48. I don't know
Nice.
if you've heard of Maiden and Spell before. It's a little bullet hell PvP game.
Yep, I know the game, and I know it's very fun. I haven't played it, but I know someone plays it, and it's always fun to watch.
Yeah, the tournament is tomorrow, starting at the same time as today.
Yeah. So go give it a watch and go give it a try. Like I haven't tried it personally, but I've heard it's a very fun game from my friend. So I'm assuming he's right. So I can only recommend it.
But yeah, that's it from us for today. We're actually going to rate someone now. Namely StarX
Aye.
underscore, another Aoko player from
Yeah,
North
more
America
Aoko.
this time around.
Yep, NA Aoko, and a very good one at that. If you want to learn things about Aoko, you should watch his stream.
Yeah, I mean, I often add matches to Melty games, and StarX underscore is one of the big Aoko match suppliers because he uploads his first to 10 or first to 7 streams or tournament, and not tournaments, events, whatever. Anyway, so I'm familiar with the player and whatever. We're going to rate StarX underscore. That's all from us for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Sephirion for helping out with the commentary today. And
no problem. And thanks for watching, guys. See you later.
And yeah,
Bye-bye.
good games to all the players. Oh,
Good
and
game to
one
everyone
thing,
indeed.
I plan to have these Multi-Blood tournaments about every 2 weeks. So the next one
Alrighty.
should be on the... although this might be a little bit tough, it might be on Sunday. But at the start of September. Like 2nd or 3rd September.
Yeah,
So in
second
2
or third,
weeks.
basically.
Alright.
Okay.
See you then.
So
Bye bye.
keep tuned and don't forget to check the event channel to see when it's on. Okay.
Yeah, on the
bye.
Multi-Blood Lumina, however you pronounce it.
Lumina, yep. the European Discord channel
Yep.
that you should be in if you're playing Melty in Europe, basically.
Yep. And if you don't have the invite link, should we just post one in chat real quick? I'm just gonna make one.
Yeah, good idea.
Oh, I don't have the permissions to post an invite link from the Multi-Blood Lumina
Maybe I don't
Discord.
have it. Let me check if I can. Yep, I'm going to do this.
Okay, just post it in Twitch chat and then we're going to go rate StarX underscore.
Let's go.
Okay, there it is. Okay, that's it. Bye bye.
Bye bye.